Welcome to another episode of the Espresso series. This is Shrey Anand. I'm a data scientist with the AI Center of Excellence at Red Hat. In this talk, I'll walk you through how to monitor your Jupyter Hub notebooks running on the Operate First cluster. In the previous talks, we discussed how to set up your Jupyter Hub server, version control your project using Git, and write Elira pipelines to automate your project workflow. As you spend more time using the environment and the complexity of your notebooks increase, it becomes essential to have the right tools to effectively debug and troubleshoot. What happens when you run out of RAM or storage memory? How do you deal with performance degradations and errors? On your local system, you can use tools like HTOP and System Monitor applications to track how your notebooks interact with the hardware. On the Operate First cluster, it's slightly different. So let's find out. We are on a Jupyter instance on the cluster. For the purpose of this exercise, let's try to download an image dataset for training, which is about 2 gigabytes in size, a reasonably and moderately sized data for a machine learning problem. So we see this error that says cannot write and disk quota exceeded. Let's inspect the Grafana dashboard and see what went wrong. The dashboard shows real-time usage of the cluster. You can select your username and it will show your memory, CPU, and disk percentage usage. So we see that the persistence volume claim, which is like your personal drive in the cloud, is nearly full. This happens when the Jupyter Hub instance tries to use more disk than is available to it as default. For simple workloads, the default quotas are enough, but as the complexity increases, you have to reconfigure your instance. Let's create an issue on the Operate First support repository to increase the PVC resource. And then select User Support. Jupyter Hardware Requirements. Specify your username and that you need 4 gigabytes of PVC. Click on Submit New Issue. A support engineer should reach out to you and upgrade your instance within 1 to 2 business days. For this demo, I already have an instance with high PVC. Let's go back and try to download it again. Great. We have the data on the disk now. An alternative to this could be directly loading this data in RAM. But you could still run into this problem as you use your PVC to store interim and process data generated from your analysis. So let's go ahead and load the dataset in a notebook and meanwhile monitor the Grafana dashboard to see how the code consumes pod CPU and memory. The CPU percentage of limit and memory percentage of limit show the percentage of usage with respect to the maximum allowed. The CPU and memory breakdown further shows usage, request, and limit. Usage refers to your instance consumption. Request shows the amount of memory or CPU that your instance requests and is guaranteed to be available. Limit shows the maximum amount of memory or CPU that your instance can use given that the cluster has available resources at that point. We can see the memory curve rising. At the point where we see a sharp dip, it could mean that either the workload has finished executing and it released the memory, or it could mean that it requires more memory than the limit. Let's check the notebook. So we see the kernel has died due to insufficient memory. One way to mitigate this problem is to spawn a new image with higher memory and run the same workload. If that doesn't work for you, you could either optimize your analysis or create another issue on the Operate First support repository for custom resources. Let's spawn a new image with higher memory resources. We can see that the workload executed this time. Alright, so we saw how you can use the Grafana dashboard to monitor your Jupyter Hub environment and troubleshoot simple issues. These tools come in handy when you run intensive computations such as training a machine learning algorithm. We also touched upon where and how you can reach out to the support team for Operate First to resolve your issues. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.